Hey there everybody, and welcome back to Sasquatch Speaks. This is Sasquatch, otherwise known as Gavisas, welcoming you all once again to our dark little corner of the internet where I talk about things and stuff which may or may not actually matter to me at all. Well, it usually does, otherwise I would not talk about it, but, you know, sometimes one of those things slips through. Today, I was actually going to start off a different series today, and then I wasn't, and then I decided to do something completely different and start a completely different series, which we will get to the other one at a later time. So, yeah. Also, if you are not yet aware, Sunday's video, I'll have a link to it in the description down below, is not imperative for you to watch, but I would very much appreciate it if you would, as it is the reason why I have an actual title on this video, aside from just being Sasquatch Speaks number 38. You may find that useful information, and may even be able to provide me with some useful information going forward. And again, I would very much appreciate it if you would take some time and watch that video as well. Which is what I'm saying is now, so you can decide, hey, if you don't want to watch this video, you can just go and watch that one. Yes, I will accept it, but you'll have no further context for the rest of this week. So I apologize for that if that's your course of action already, and you have already left and are not hearing me say this at all. With that being said, to no one in particular, the topic at hand. Today, I've decided to launch out on a jobs week. I mean, like, it's a job, man, or something to do with work or money or something to that effect. I'm not sure how exactly I'm going to title these. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to title all of my old videos as well. I probably will, just for completeness and continuity and things like that. And new people to the channel going, what in the heck is all this stuff on his channel? Just says blah 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 blah. It's okay. Don't freak out. It'll all make sense. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Maybe not now that I've messed up my words like 5 times already since starting this video, only 2 minutes ago, but that's a whole other story, which hopefully will not be repeated in the future. To that end, jobs. Specifically, why I do what I do rather than doing something else. And there's a lot of use of the word do, I know, but it works. Grammatically, it works. Maybe not auditorially, but it still works. To that end. Now, I've said before that I do what I do. That is, I help people with their finances and their money and their insurance and their investments and getting out of debt and everything else that I can do because I like to help people. And also, there's an awful lot of money in money. Believe it or not, if you're looking for money, generally look where other people put theirs, and you will generally find it. And then it will give you some pretty good ideas on what to do with your own. Not just throwing that out there. Free advice. And if you have no idea what at all, consult a professional. One that you can trust, not just one that has a fancy name on the door. Meet with them, talk with them, have them explain the concepts to you in detail, and if you have any questions that they cannot answer, be leery. I mean, if they say, okay, well, I'll come back with you, I'll get the answer for it. Let's say, I don't know. Then they're being honest, so you can make some leeway and don't just be like, you don't know. If you do that, you'll never do business with anyone, and you'll probably die broke and penniless. Well, maybe not guaranteed, but the probability is much higher. Anyway, that's not really the point. The point is, not only do I enjoy what I do, not only do I enjoy getting to help people and see the looks of joy and happiness on people's faces who may or may not have, well, generally they were in a really bad situation when I found them financially, and be able to help them and increase their liquid assets and help them remain afloat financially and not have to lose their house or their home or prepare for the worst eventuality ever or have something left over for retirement or education for their children or all that sort of fun stuff like that there. And it's wonderful. But it's not the only reason why I do that. A bigger reason, well, maybe not a bigger reason, but a fairly equally sized reason, is that I have no practical skills at all. Nothing, not a zip. Nope. Nothing. Nyet. Nine. I got nothing for you. Nothing at all. I can pretend sometimes, like I've lent a hand to some of my friends who own like construction businesses and they put up drywall or do low-level carpentry or something like that. But usually, I'm just the big guy who carries stuff. That's my position when I go to help them out. Or I'm the guy who digs the hole or something that requires no skill whatsoever. Because I don't have any skill. They say, okay, well, you put this up here, and I'm like, okay, why? And they explain it to me. I'm like, okay, but why? I don't understand the words are coming out of your mouth, because this is just not something that clicks in my brain. Construction is just, it's like, whoa, I don't understand. I understand construction isn't the only practical skill out there. But I'm just getting started. You know me. I always talk for a very long time, and usually have to cut myself short so as not to make incredibly long videos. And we're already at 6 minutes. Well, almost 6 minutes, because 10 seconds lead in, yada, yada, so I can get the things, so I can get a background noise, blah, 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 blah. Not really the point. The point is, I don't just have lack of construction skills. I remember this time, I was driving with my mother, and we came to a stoplight, and all of a sudden we just started seeing steam or smoke or some sort of gaseous vapor begin to billow out from under the hood. And I'm like, oh man, that's probably not a good thing. We should probably pull over and take a look. And this is the point where it got really bad, because she's like, okay, well, you gotta take a look. Okay, great. And I ran around front and just wasn't thinking about this at all. Popped open the hood, looked down, and I looked down, kind of scratched my head a little bit, thinking about it, just looking. She comes around and she goes, well, what's the diagnosis? And I said, hot smoke. There is some very hot smoke coming from this engine. Don't know why or how or what that means, but there is some hot smoke coming out of that engine. She puts her hand and it kind of does the full face palm, just head down in shame and disgust, and like, trying to work away the instant headache that comes with the stupidity of the person she's talking to. And she just goes, just get back in the car. I'll call someone. Or, even worse than that, she says she'll call someone, and then like 5 minutes later, I see her like leaning forward and tightening something, and she's like, fixed it! And I'm like, crap. I don't even know what it was. She told me. I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't even know where to look for that. Or is that actually a part of the car, or is that just like something you made up? Just bad. I have no technical ability in terms of automobiles or anything. All of my friends do. I mean, every single one of them. They're all like, oh, yep, I got this. You got a problem with your car? I'll break out my roller thing that you used to get under the car and got it fixed. 5 minutes later. Perfect, beautiful, glorious. Great. Thank you. It's spectacular. And then I have a lot of friends who are artistically talented. Stoic Deviant is probably one that most of you would be most familiar with, or Raged Lion, the guy who did my awesome intro, or Lieke. He's a guy who I reference a lot. I watch all his videos. Right now he's doing a Fable Let's Play. It's spectacular. He actually makes his living by artwork. He's that talented and he's that good at it. And I have a lot of other friends in real life who are all just amazing, amazing artists. I have one right now who's helping me out with some channel art, which may or may not be forthcoming in the very near future or in the very great future. It's not really may or may not be coming, but it will be coming. It just depends on whether it will be, like this month or next year sort of thing. Not sure yet. Hoping it'll be more like this month or maybe next month, but it's one of them things. I know enough about art to not rush the creative process, and so I stay out of it. So all these people have just spectacular amounts of artistic skill, and I'm like, stick figures! Oh, it's bent. How do you make, really, I understand that I do them. I understand that I have so little amount of artistic ability that I make bent and weird-looking stick figures. I get it. I understand. It is not my gift. I understand that. But just how is that even a possibility? It's a stick figure. You draw... Usually, you can draw a stick figure with 4 lines in a circle. Think about it. You can do it with 4 lines in a circle. Not me. Nope. Can't do it. Cannot do it. They all end up looking just as bad as stick figures look already. I mean, I understand there's people who do artwork with just stick figures, and it's awesome, it's amazing, blah, 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 blah. But to the point where your stick figures, the basics of the basics of the basics, to the point where even those look bad and like off kilter, and people are like, I don't think you got those dimensions right. And I'm like, screw you, I tried, I did my best, leave me alone, I hate you all. No talent at all. Nothing. I can draw nothing that looks anything even remote. I'm quite surprised that there are people who have. I have drawn stuff before in the past, it's like, okay, I'll draw it, because people said I had to, or I was a kid and I hadn't come to this realization yet. Look back on some of that stuff now and I realize, man, how did people look at that without just like being completely overcome with nausea and just vomiting all over the place? Just like, not like a little bit in your mouth. I mean like the full-on projectile vomiting, just like, just awful. Bad, really bad. Sorry. Just have no practical skills in terms of art or mechanics or construction. And then I'm like, okay, computers, yes, computers. Oh, go wave of the future. Everyone knows how to use a computer, or everyone should know how to use a computer. Using one, got it. Okay, I can kind of figure out where stuff is. Can't write code. It's another story. Which is actually what you need to be. Which is actually the practical skill that you need to have in order to work effectively with computers in the real world or the job world or business. I'm like, okay, well, I've taken a class. No, just really no. Bad. Again, they're like, you're supposed to look like this when you're done. It was supposed to. Yep, it sure was. I'm gonna go try something else now. Just leave me here. Leave me alone. I'm okay. I will pretend to do something else. And aside, going back to artwork, my handwriting is terrible. I mean, just awful. Just trying to write normally is just. Bleh. I can't even read it half the time. That's how bad my handwriting is. Strangely, when I was sick for the last three years, something like that, before I got better, someone made the suggestion that because of what I had wrong with me was a neurological issue, that I should try and learn to do something that I already did in a different way. And I went to a business meeting and someone said, hey, well, when I'm sitting across the table from someone, it's really disconcerting to flip your presentation around and draw on it and then flip it back around so they can see it and then bring it around and draw on it again. I'm like, well, hey, I'll just learn how to write upside down. And so now I write upside down. And strangely enough, my upside down writing is so much better than my right side up handwriting that it's like, this is actually legible. I can read this. I freak people out all the time. Are you writing upside down? Yeah, I am. How do you do that? Well, I just kind of do. Well, why? Well, it was because I was sick and I was trying to fix myself, and then now it's just because it looks better than everything else. So it just neither here nor there. Anyway, back to computers. That was kind of that was for free. You can have that, take it as you will, enjoy it, accept it, and then move on with your life. Moving on with my life, like I said, software, not going to be my strong suit. Code after taking a course scares me, quite frankly. I don't want to have anything to do with it because, like, you put one letter in wrong and the whole thing just goes, all the screen, just bad. I don't have the patience, and I don't have the time, and I don't have the obsessive compulsive nature to get that correct. I'm like, okay, well, that's clearly not going to move. So fine tune stuff. Let's try and get in there and just fine tune little things, and then we'll do like the motherboard stuff. Build computers, get into the technical aspects. Oh well, that didn't work out real well in construction. That didn't work out real well in mechanics. And you're saying that if I mess this up, then this, like, $500 piece of equipment is going to just, like, completely fry out and just implode on itself. And then I'll have to go spend another $500 to get another. That's what you're saying. Okay. Oh, well, you didn't advertise that when you said I could get into, like, computer mechanics. That this was not part of the brochure. This wasn't how you were. But you're saying that that's how it is now. Yeah. No. Okay. Well. Okay. Computer mechanics off the table. Let's see. What else is there? Carpentry? Well, no. That's kind of covered under construction, isn't it? Because I mean, I can kind of put two sticks together and nail them in place. Not sure what to do after that. And I wasn't supposed to nail those. Okay, so I wasn't supposed to nail those together. It's kind of rough. Yeah. What's left? Animals. Love animals. Oh, it's so cool. Let's go work with animals. Oh, you mean there's like federal regulations and things about that now that? Oh, well, I don't love animals that much. I really don't. I mean, I kind of love my cat. I mean, she's pretty cool, and I tolerate my sister's cat mostly. I just pick on her, but they're okay. But I don't want to have to get a degree for it to be eligible for the federal everything that goes along with it. It's like, that seems like it's going to take a lot of time, and we've already cleared that my small motor skills are just terrible. So like trying to give a shot to something like this and just mess up and have the possibility of like having a needle break off in there and then have to chase around the office and pull the needle back out before they get an infection, give them another shot so they don't get an infection. Oh man, that just seems like a lot more work than the money would be worth. Ah man. Okay, so animals are out. The mattress tester is a fake job. I'm pretty sure it's a fake job. Because I'm pretty sure I could do that one real well, but I'm also fairly certain that that's a fake job. Let's see. Ooh! Police officer! Yes! Get to have the badge and the billy club and the gun. I'm a pretty good shot. I'll say that. I have one practical skill. I have the proficiency with a firearm to aim it downrange at a target and generally hit my target where I intend to hit my target. Generally. There's a couple times where it goes off a little bit, but generally I'm pretty good. But, problem with police officer, okay, you have the ability to use the gun. Should you? Like, really? Should you? Most of the time, when you're in that sort of situation, yeah, okay, there's a guy comes out with the scenario then when things okay, guy comes out of the bank holding a AK-47 on full auto, just wrecking the street with it. Everyone's running and flying, and there's cars exploding, and there's a fire hydrant that's shooting water into the air for no reason at all, just because it makes it a cool effect. And you see the one lone cop come out of the corner, reach for his gun in the classic quick draw. Up it comes. 1, 2, 3, cock and fire it. Bang! Single shot to the face. It's over. Yes, he saved everyone. The amazing cop. But in reality, that doesn't really happen. The cop pulls up, and the guy with the AK-47 goes, well, that's the next target. I don't want to die. Please leave me alone. Yes. So, okay. Can you use a gun? Don't want to get shot at. Going to avoid police officer and by extension any sort of military or anything like that because people shoot back. It's not just like yeah. One of my favorite movies, Thank You for Smoking, talks about the lobbyist for gun safety, and his name was Bobby J. And Bobby J. watched the cult in Texas, and everyone was freaked out about it. So they called in the U.S. Army to take care of it, and they gave up a bunch of gun rights and stuff like that. Like it's stupid people. But he watched the riots on the TV, and he's like, "Yes, I'm going to sign up for the army so I can shoot at college kids too. This is great. I love to shoot people." Well, as weird as that concept is, it didn't work out for him all that well because they sent him to Vietnam where they shot at him. And it's like he just like walks out like yeah, I got my gun. Just walked out of the forest and. First thing that happens, bang, gets shot right in the chest. It's like, oh, dude, you're an idiot. Oh, so funny. Love that movie. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. But just like, yeah, it's like, so guns. I'll go hunting. probably not a whole lot of call for that around the world in terms of employment and money and things. I mean, you could live off the land. Talked about that before. You can give up money and everything else and just be like, I'm going to go out in the woods, man. I'm going to shoot everything. I don't know why I have just a weird accent come out right there, but it works. So we're going to move on. Just going to shoot everything. I got my gun here, and I gonna shoot. It's kind of Canadian Jamaican. If you can mix those two, it's really bad. I don't know where this came from, but we're gonna work with it. So we just get out there, and I'm gonna shoot them with my gun, and they're gonna die, and I'm gonna eat them, and then I'm just gonna take them back, and I'm gonna cook them, and it's gonna be good. It's wonderful. Slightly out of order, but we'll work with it. Just go along with the analogy here for the moment. You could do that, but then it's not really fun, and good luck trying to find a little Mrs. Sasquatch to come along with you, because then you just, there's flies out here, and there's lizards, and it's wet, and it's bad. I don't want to be here. But it's the nature and the outdoors, and I can actually do something practical and good here. Yes. You're supposed to support. No. I don't want to be out here because there's bugs and snakes and what is that? And you have to cut those things open and take out the insides. I don't want to be here. I don't want this to be happening. Please make it stop. Fine. Okay. We'll leave off the adventuring hero. My thing is, I think I was born in the wrong era. If I was going to be all mystical about it, I think I was born in the wrong era. I think people like me were meant for the days of, like, Dodge City or something. I don't know. Just, if you want to go really far back, be like the Middle Ages. Just, we're really big. We're kind of scary looking. We just ain't good for much else. But back then, there wasn't a whole lot else to do. Just like, hey, can we get a big guy to come out here and carry lumber for our house? Yeah, sure. What do you charge? I charge 25 cents by the tree. Okay, great. Come on out. Great. All right, I'm coming. Hey, we are building a castle here. We must have friends, a strong man to come and carry the boulders for us. I'm her. I'm pretty big. I can carry your boulders. Thank you, friend. Please come and you will carry boulders for us. Yes. What do you charge? I charge a mark. A mark. I'm from Germany. You didn't sound like you're from Germany. That's because I have a speech impediment. Don't ask about it. I'm sensitive. Okay. Just come carry big boulders. Got it. Good. Wonderful. Yes. But not that case anymore. Now you have to have all the skills. And just, we won't get into a high-end electrical or nuclear engineering or anything else like that, because holy crap, that scares the heck out of me. It's like, oh, it's plugged into the wall. Well, you're done. Nuclear engineering, what does this button do? Now everyone's gone and just bad things happen. No practical skills. Nothing. The only thing I have going for me, the only thing that I can really say, I got this down, and it can actually be useful in some small way or another, is words. That's it. That's all I got. I got words. Words, man! Words! They're amazing! You can communicate to people, and people will understand you, and they just might be willing to do a little bit of business with you. If you can convey your ideas in a clear and concise and interesting manner. Hopefully, I can do that on a fairly consistent basis, Get some things going, get some people, follow me, come along with the ride. People, again, like me, who have no other skills whatsoever. Got no other skills, nothing. Like I said, I really am just kind of like that really big guy, kind of slow. Hey, I'm here. I can carry stuff. You got anything for me to carry? No? Okay. I'll go find someplace else. But because I have words, like I said, not really a practical skill. Not a lot of call for it. I mean, oh, you could be an author and a writer. Yeah, well, you really gotta know your stuff, and you gotta be really interesting. I'm like, I ain't even that interesting, because like I said, I'm just the big kind of dumb guy standing over in the corner like, hey, I can carry your stuff. It's okay. But because I can sometimes speak them, in an interesting way, in an interesting manner, or about a topic that I particularly care about, sometimes, not always, but sometimes, I can actually kind of reach out to people who are in a tough spot or in a bad position, bad situation, and I can make it a little bit better. And I can just add a little bit of value there. Something that wasn't there before. Something that, in some, perhaps insignificant, but I like to think significant. I like to think that way. I like to think that I'm actually making a difference. Everyone likes to think that. Me too. Me too. I like to think that I'm actually making a difference in that. And going into their families, into their houses, and be like, hey, I can help. And this is what I got. And this is the grand concept being designed for you by the sounds and the words that are coming forth from my mouth into your ear holes, and they're going to go into your brain, and they're going to make sense. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be great. Sign on the dotted line. That's the last words. That's the last words. Sign on the dotted line. We're good. We're good. Good. Thank you. Thank you. You made a great decision. You made a wonderful decision. Your family will be protected and cared for generations to come. Thank you, and good night. Well, maybe not good night, because I still haven't finished out my video. Anyway, if you all enjoyed that, you want to hear, well, if you want to hear more about it, just tune in tomorrow, because I'm going to keep talking about it, whether you want to hear about it or not. But that's up to you, that's for you to decide. Not me. I decide to make the video for tomorrow, probably tomorrow, not today, because I have other things I have to do tonight. Which is not the point. The point is, if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like rating down below. And please go check out the video from yesterday. Like I said, there's a link to it in the description down below. If you didn't enjoy, please leave a dislike rating and a nasty comment telling me what a horrible waste of human flesh that I am, having no practical skills to apply to any sort of trade or industry whatsoever. I just have words. Just words. That's it. Lots of words. Lots and lots and lots of words. And usually they're the same words. They're just said a little bit differently from time to time. Anyway, I'll see you all later. See you all next time. Not later, but next time. Goodbye.